reason. I want to know the spiritual reason behind it. Like, then he said, girl, it's the same God. No, Jesus is different. Like, Jesus is the Messiah. Jesus is the Son of God. Jesus is the representation of God. And then God told us if we don't accept his Son, we don't receive anything out of it. So us praying to Allah, God, it's kind of like pointless if you don't receive Jesus.
I don't mean to belittle anyone's spiritual journey, as you are all aware. But what are we doing, sweetie? Miss Chrisean Rock has once again climbed on that church mic, crying, singing, and doing everything she can to divert the internet's attention from the mountains of chaos she has been creating since she gained notoriety as a brawling, fussing, and crying baby mama with a rapper's name permanently inked across her throat. Presently, kid. She feels the urge to stand in front of the crowd with her arms out, as though she were Mary Magdalene's second coming, because of the drinking, fighting, and partying while carrying a baby on her hip. Don't misunderstand. A baby girl giving herself over to the Lord is perfectly acceptable, but I don't appreciate it when she does what sounds like a Blueface diss track while wearing a tortilla of adoration. Don't misunderstand. She was accompanied by several individuals, but not by me. Comments like, "I don't care how many times you have to run back to God," were left by them. Continue to return to him. And I'll be honest, God does change people. Enjoy yourself, everybody. We asked ourselves, now girl, was this a performative holiness? As the others watched the movie. In addition, you all. Remember, Chrisean has attempted to present herself as rescued before. Every time the internet drags her, CPS snoops on her, or Blueface posts anything dangerous, she encounters Jesus and starts sharing gospel verses on her Instagram story, as if the Holy Spirit had just gained good Wi-Fi. Then there was the whole problem of Kaizen, not using her spiritual fuel.
God said, let there be light on day number 1. Then he lit up the world with the rays of his sun. But in his great plan, there was more to be done. God imagined you, Chrisean, in his plans from the start, and carried love for you, Chrisean, deep in his heart. Hold on, I'm not done. Hold on, don't bring this snap. Can we get some snap?
Let's face it though, Chrisean has been going to church before, so I don't blame anyone who doesn't agree with her newfound faith. If you've been following her story, you know that anytime she gets pulled for a new mess, she always talks about healing, praying, and trusting in God. There is nothing wrong with relying on your religion when times are tough. But I do raise an eyebrow when it happens like clockwork. The last time was during the Blueface riots. The baby mama controversy came before that. And the gospel playlist has finally arrived after weeks of people speculating about her baby's behavior and health. It's maturing, maybe. Perhaps it's PR. Or maybe we're reading too much into nothing. But one thing is certain. Nobody is permitting. Goof is her little one. Even though I'm not a medical professional and am not here to make diagnoses, a lot of folks thought this church video was odd. Several people were startled by the way Khan's son moved, or rather, did not move, on stage. Since the child situation has persisted for much too long, I know many of you have been suggesting that we should move on, but when that? The youngster will be stunted when you all come out of the woodwork with your medical opinions. Since the youngster also seems unresponsive and disinterested, let those who want to speak continue. The Twitter user claimed that Chrisean Jr. and Tao have resumed their church tour after alcohol and bad behavior throughout her pregnancy caused harm to her unborn child. He's nothing like the toucan. A video of him that she posted on the internet. He is almost 2 years old and blind and visually impaired due to his mother. This, together with the fact that the mother hasn't yet addressed it openly, has led others to believe that the baby may have serious developmental problems. Some people asked questions. Others, of course, say the baby was just resting and caring for himself. According to other people, the fact that Crone seems more interested in singing than in dealing with the matter irritates them because something more serious is going on. If this is indeed the child's spiritual rebirth, then taking care of her should come first. Listen, please remember anything. Unfortunately for Christian, when you're known for fighting in restrooms, your reputation takes precedence over you. When nursing and switching between bottle service and baby daddies, hookah hits, and posting drama every 3 days, your Sunday morning won't be taken seriously. However, don't we all have a troubled past? That's where things become messy. Indeed, Crone was crying, and it seemed like she was going through a tough moment. But in this era of filters, cameras, and well-staged comebacks, not all tears are the truth. Some individuals are adamant that it was a very spiritual awakening. Some think the gesture was a well-timed move to alter her public persona. Either of those could be true. It's possible that she's too much. She may be growing up, but she might also be aware that their church tears have tempered the news. One thing that generated a lot of conversation was how everything happened at the same time. Consider it, for instance. If a group of image consultants ordered you to get offline, go to church, cry a little, hold the baby, and show remorse, wouldn't you be singing along with them? Especially if court cases, custody, or brand negotiations are accessible online. Let's not act as though the timing isn't off, but it's not fake. But first, let me explain. This is a very unfair critique against Crone's name, you people. Despite his youth, Crone has a wealth of life experience. Individuals are able to evolve. That blue-fist relationship alone has the potential to hurt the average person. She hasn't been steady or at peace, and it's clear that she has been struggling with her sense of value and what other people think of her as a mother. Therefore, if this church event marked a true turning point, and she was actually trying to, when she discovered peace and broke generational curses, we cheered for her. No shame or condemnation, only prayers up. If this was just another stop on the Pity Me press tour, though we'll see through it. Growth is a lifestyle, rather than a live stream. Redemption doesn't stop at the pulpit. They go for a walk each day. The internet won't let that happen, whether these were actual tears or reality TV. This moment in her journey, Christian had already cried and vowed to improve. We have seen crosses tattooed on people, the biblically captioned gospel music playlist. But now is the time to act. What's new with her baby's health? Although we don't think she has to take responsibility for the chaos she contributed to, where is the stability in this new life she's referring to? We only want to know if it was a metamorphosis or a temporary shift. What are your thoughts, though? Is Chrisean Rock truly finding her faith? Or is it merely a spiritual smokescreen to dodge the drama? Are you dismissing these church tears as though they were a replay? Or do you believe she has matured? Post your thoughts in the comments area.